You're listening to Hotepish with your host, Dwan B. Intelligent ish talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door. You're listening to Hotepish with your host, Dwan B. Intelligent ish talk, Intelligent Shit Talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at
Now tuned in to that Hotepish, bringing you food for thought. No miss the first dish from the #1 host, Dwann. Got enough games and jokes that can last about a couple more eons. Vibes on the million, you heard right. Debunking niggas' opinions on music, that shit light. Work being done without breaking a sweat. This that intelligent ish, you need not forget. Dwann don't debate with hoe niggas. They use I feel as receipts to show niggas. Fat stand tall on opinions. Jokes to emotional haters and their minions. Need to burn one popcorn, get a drink. The Jews in the history is always in sync. Show for the real genie catching a wish. Cause you're now tuned in to that Hotepish. I know you enjoy.
What's up, people? Good human beings of America. Friends. How y'all doing today? Let me go ahead and get some music to talk over. Y'all know me, I like talking to a rhythm because I'm a drummer like a motherfucker. Everything I do got a rhythm to it. I got a lot going on. I'm sorry for the delay. I'm over here, it's Black Friday, and I used to use Restream. Restream is a platform where you can broadcast to multiple platforms at once. And I used to use them, but I stopped using them because it'd be too many technical issues. And so, since it's Black Friday, I was like, you know what? Let me try them again. They got the little bullshit sale going on. Let me try Restream again. And I've been trying to go live and nothing. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Let me go ahead and just save my money and just keep going direct to YouTube. Just keep going direct to YouTube because I'm over here trying to because it is convenient when you can stream to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter all at once. I like that, but it was technical issues is the reason why I stopped fucking with them. I'm trying to give them another chance. And technical issues, it looks like were going to keep me from fucking with them. How y'all doing today? I'm over here having to reset up the show because I had everything. I'm thinking I had everything already set and everything. So I'm over here pushing things off even further, trying to reset this new YouTube stream. God damn you, Restream. I'm trying to give y'all some money. Y'all keep fucking up. Now, let me see what's going on in the chat room. What's up, Amir? What's up, Mickey? What's up, Quan S? Yeah. Shouts out to Rashad Gibbons for rapping over that beat. Shouts out to Duncan Pender Hughes for the beat. And for the beat that I'm playing up under that I'm playing right now. Duncan got some good music. Go listen to his music. What's up, Bicoastal Entertainment? Richie Rock. Thank y'all for finding me because Restream has been making it hard on me all morning. Hey, like, what are y'all doing? Yeah. Yeah, we saw Teofimo Lopez get his ass whooped, and I'm glad he did. He been ducking Devin Haney. They've been letting him say nigga, all kind of stuff. And he's been very disrespectful to black fighters. Yeah, Teofimo thought he was ducking Devin Haney and ran into a brick wall last night. Finally, some justice in boxing. If somebody said y'all better not still be eating Thanksgiving leftovers, that must mean your mama can't cook. Either your mama or your girl, whoever cooking for you, if you ain't still fucking with leftovers, that means whoever cooked it didn't know what the hell they was doing. Shit, the fuck you talking about? Y'all better not be eating leftovers. That's somebody that had whoever made this cat's mac and cheese used rice milk and vegan cheese. That's why he ain't eating no Thanksgiving leftover. That turkey was dry as sand. Motherfuckers over there catching dry cotton mouth from eating that nigga's turkey. That's why he talking about you better not be eating leftovers. Who cooked your food, nigga? God damn. The motherfucker had, he got his collard, whoever cooked this collard greens put more cabbage in the greens than greens. That's why he ain't eating leftovers. No motherfucker over here buying grocery store cakes and shit for dessert. Yeah, that's why he ain't eating leftovers. That's the same cake that Auntie brought over for the 4th of July barbecue. She brought over for Thanksgiving. And you tired of eating that Kroger cake from the Kroger bakery down a grocery store chain down the street. That's why you not eating leftovers. That motherfucker got stovetop stuffing. And he ain't eating no leftovers because whoever cooked the stuff put some stovetop. And that motherfucker got hamburger helper as part of his Thanksgiving meal. So he coming here to the rest of us saying, "Yo, I hope y'all not eating leftovers." No, nigga, that was whoever was cooking for you, cooking stovetop stuffing and hamburger helper for Thanksgiving. Nigga crazy. If you got somebody that can cook, if you ain't still eating leftovers, that means whoever cooked for you ain't shit. How about that? B1 Anthony Thorpe. Yeah, if you ain't still eating leftovers, that means whoever cooked for you couldn't cook for shit. Shit. My wife cooks so much of a spread, I can't eat it all in one sitting. One night I'm eating this part of the spread. The next night I'm eating the other part of the spread. Shit, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. What's up, Kenneth Berry? This is what I'm gonna do. Like, I see y'all be trying with the fat jokes in the chat room, but y'all niggas suck. And y'all know me, Kenneth Berry will tell you, if you hit me with a good one, I'ma laugh at that shit. God damn, y'all fat jokes be so damn predictable. Like when you driving down a freeway and it says your exit is 2.5 miles away, and then you keep driving and it says your exit is 1.5 miles away, and then you keep driving and it says your exit is 1/4 miles away, getting the right lane now. And like, you know how like you see it coming from like way back there? That's how you niggas jokes is oftentimes. Like, nigga, okay, that was creative, huh? Okay, yeah, we didn't see that off ramp coming. Ooh, God. God damn, you niggas suck. Hit me with a good one and I'll make sure I put it up on the screen and laugh at it. But y'all better come with it. Right now, you niggas is shooting blanks. Ain't never satisfied a woman in your life with these jokes y'all niggas got. God damn, you suck. The chat room got real quiet. These niggas is thinking, look, the shit stopped. The chat room was going earlier. Y'all niggas was going. This shit just stopped. Nigga, we ain't froze. Y'all niggas is thinking. Let me tell you, whatever you thinking, whenever you type it, that shit's gonna suck. Because if you couldn't make a nigga laugh off top of your head, your thoughts ain't gonna be no better, goddammit. Jeez. You niggas. I mean, there ain't a lot to ask. A fat joke on Thanksgiving, that's a T-ball setup. That's one of those, you just walk up to the T-ball and knock a home run out that hole. You ain't got to worry about the pitch. You just fire that motherfucker home run. Oh my God. Y'all niggas ate, whoever the fuck that was, that's still not eating Thanksgiving leftovers, y'all ate at that nigga house. Y'all mama learned how to cook in prison. That's why y'all jokes suck. Y'all was born by women that learned how to cook in prison. Oh, look at this nigga Leonard Thompson. Oh no, look at this nigga's forehead trying to crack jokes. Oh no. I'm not about to take a joke from this autistic Michael Bivins looking motherfucker right here. This nigga look like the nigga that got kicked out of Belle Biv DeVoe, nigga. That's my nigga Belle Biv DeNo, nigga. No, look at this nigga right here. Why your mustache got a fade? Heavy on the left, light on the right. That motherfucker got his chin trimmed by the same nigga that trimmed goat balls. Stay up on the screen, nigga. Look at this motherfucker. Nigga, you look sleepy and it's 10 a.m. What the fuck? You been up since 5 a.m.? What the fuck is wrong? Why your eyes puffy right there? You look like a goddamn flounder fish with them eyes, nigga. Look at this nigga nose. This nigga ain't never gonna have a lack of oxygen deficiency trying to hit me with fat jokes. Nigga, your nose is as pronounced as my belly. My name is on the screen and he still spelled the motherfucker wrong. How's my name down here below spelled 4 different, 1, 2, 3, 4. My name is spelled 4 times and this nigga still couldn't get it right. That's because his nose is in the way and he can't tell. Look at this nigga's Freddy Krueger skin. Did you get burnt, motherfucker? This motherfucker got caught in a house fire when he was 6. And that skin over his nose between his eyebrows is still patched up. Y'all don't want to start with me, nigga. This nigga got one ear. Is your right ear clipped off to the back? This nigga only got one left ear. Look at this shit. Where your right ear at? Where's your right ear, nigga? Y'all don't want to start. You see, that nigga got quiet real quick. This nigga Benjamin Foe jack off the cat porn. Look at this nigga right here. This motherfucker like watching kittens fuck on YouTube and just happened to find my channel by mistake. Oh my God. Oh, come on, Leonard. That's all you got, Leonard. You gotta walk sideways through the door. Nigga, so do you, motherfucker. Nigga, you gotta put 2 masks on when you walk outside during COVID times. One for your nose, one for your mouth. This nigga can't even blink when he wears sunglasses because his eyelids be rubbing up against the glasses. Oh shit, you niggas is easy. Y'all don't want to go there with me. This motherfucker right here. I'm over here trying to talk about King Richard and you niggas are trying to crack lame jokes. God damn. Yeah. This motherfucker Benjamin Foe. This nigga's in the anime. This motherfucker got anime porn at the house right now. As soon as we done talking, this motherfucker about to get it into Goku. This nigga Benjamin Foe was raised by 2 midgets. Nigga had 2 midget parents. Nigga was taller than his parents by the time he was 6. And he was only 3'9" then. Oh shit. Yeah, but we here. We about to talk about King Richard. See, I just had to go there because a lot of y'all, you know what I mean, y'all be trying to hit people with the jokes. But if y'all gonna come with the jokes, y'all gotta come with it. I just showed y'all how to come with the jokes. Now I'm about to get back to what I do. We talking about King Richard. This movie was so dope. This movie was everything. You know how you know how it is, us as black folks, we so skeptical now of anything that they give us that we just be like, I can't speak for y'all, but I know for me, nigga, I be waiting for the bullshit. Like, okay, here it come. I know at some point they gonna have Richard sucking a dick. That's what I was thinking, you know, but I'm so jaded now because it seems like every time you get a black movie now, the dude is some kind of LGBTQ nonsense going on in there. It's something. So we be waiting on it right now. And this movie did not have that. It was just a really good movie. And the movie showed the upliftment and the struggle. It both captured the struggle of the black man and his relentlessness to make it to the top regardless of the struggle. It showed, see, I don't mind struggle if at the end of the day we defeat it and still keep our integrity. You know, there was no, the mother, it showed the bond between the two and how they worked together. They didn't try to make it and fake it like these two had the perfect marriage. But you saw two black adults that worked together for the greater good of their children. You saw Richard's flaws, how he did not get it right with some of his other children, but he got it right with them. And you got to see Venus and Serena give it up to their father. You know, it's been like, I remember I put up a post talking about this movie yesterday. And there were some comments, and I saw this in comments all across the internet yesterday. It seemed like people had an issue, still have an issue with who Venus and Serena married. I'm gonna kind of start from the back, then go back to the front on this one. Start where we are now, then go back. Who they decide to have intimacy with has become an issue. And primarily, I see black men raising this issue. Brothers, let's start off by saying this. Look, just because women do it don't mean we got to do it too. All right? Yeah, I understand a lot of you brothers' frustration. You know, when you see a black man with a white woman, you see all the black women mad. I know a lot of you guys low-key want that interracial sex access. You just can't get it. You low-key want that. So when the women complain about it, it pisses you off. So now that you have a chance for the women to see a black woman marry a white man, which is rare because black women are the most loyal on the planet. They're loyal to black men. I don't want to say to a fault. It's not to a fault. It's because they intrinsically know better. It's not a fault. Black women overall are the most loyal to their men. So just because Venus and Serena decided to get with white folks, that shouldn't be a black mark on this film. Let me tell you why. Because it's not as if, you know, I'm married to a black woman. I do like to see black men and women together. I do. I would much prefer to see a black man with a black woman. I would. But who someone decides to ultimately get with ain't my business. Let me tell you something about love. I'm telling you about from a sociology point of view. You learn this in sociology. People generally, male and female, are attracted to the opposite sex they're around at the time of puberty. This is science. I know they don't tell you niggas this shit on the news because they want to keep everything in confusion. But let me tell you something to minimize confusion. And for the people out there who may be a little bit slow, it's not an excuse. This is a scientific explanation. You can look it up yourself. When it deals with attraction, people are attracted to the groups that they're around at the time of puberty. So basically, if you're a man, a boy, at the time your nuts drop and your balls get a little bit of peach fuzz on them, whatever girls are in the classroom with you that are attractive, that's probably what you're going to be attracted to the rest of your life. I remember seeing that like with someone like a Kobe Bryant. People were mad when Kobe married Vanessa, that Latin that look, that Mediterranean look, that black mixed mulatto from way back in the day look. That's a brother who was raised in Italy. So at the time of puberty, he's around a certain phenotype. That's what he's attracted to. Venus and Serena, at the time of puberty, they're in tennis matches. They're in tennis camp. All they're around is these erotic looking white boys. So guess what? It's only natural that they're going to have an attraction in spite of what the parents say, in spite of what the books read. You're going to be attracted to the phenotype, the body type, the look that's around when you're going through puberty, when your hormones are raging. That's just science. That's why it's dangerous raising black children in these lily white environments. Because no matter what you input to them, they still have their own experiences and their own biology they can't quite explain. When it comes to Venus and Serena, since they've been on top, for me, it's almost like I grew up with these girls. I never met either one of them. Well, no, I met Serena once. It was at a party. It was just happened like I saw her like, oh shit, Serena Williams. And I was like, whoa, I was kind of starstruck. And I don't get starstruck. I've been around everybody from Grammy parties to Emmy parties to Oscar parties to All-Star Weekend, Super Bowl. I've been to them all. VIP access, open bar, all that foo-foo shit. That's what I spent my whole 20s and early 30s doing. That shit don't impress me. But when I saw Serena, my heart did skip a beat. I was like, okay, that's a goddess right there. This was back when she was dating Common. But Venus and Serena ain't never done no coon shit. When was the last time you seen Venus and Serena come out and say all lives matter? I haven't. When black society is, because when you're dealing with shoe contracts, there is a muzzle. You guys could take it or leave it. That's why I don't believe in having fandom with athletes. Once you sign a contract with one of these major sponsors, they do control and curtail what you say, which I don't have a problem with. I'd rather you be apolitical, not say anything at all, than come out and speak against what black folks is doing. I've never seen them publicly come out and harm anything when it comes to the progress of black people. See, me being born and raised here in LA, I remember I first started reading about them in the newspaper when they were showing them back in '94 at the Oakland, part of the movie when they were at the Oakland Coliseum, or not Oakland Coliseum, that Bank of the West tournament. I remember reading that in the 7th grade. Because I started reading the newspaper a lot in the 6th grade. I used to be a terrible reader. Dyslexic like a motherfucker. What got me reading better was reading the sports section of the paper. I started doing that when I was in the 6th grade. And I remember reading that article about her taking Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, winning a set over the world #1. Like, okay, that's dope. I remember them, the KCAL 9 News, CBS, Fox News here in LA doing special reports on them after Martin went off on the news. Martin go off. Next up is the evening news. No one is Martin Living Single, then New York Undercover. Then after New York Undercover went off, the evening news. 2 girls from Compton. I remember seeing them. And I remember Richard Williams doing what he did. See, when we talk about this film, if you guys get stuck on who they married, you missed the whole point. If it comes down to who they married, then you've chosen to miss the point. When you saw them as little girls, when you saw Richard Williams, you saw the epitome of confidence. You saw a belief. And you saw how he pushed that belief and poured that belief into his children. And that's something I want to talk to you, everybody, about tonight, this morning. In all my years working with children, I've seen one of the biggest issues we have as a people is lack of confidence. Lack of confidence. We as black folks, we will have a great idea, a great story to tell, a great book to write, a new innovation, a motivation to change career fields, but we don't do it oftentimes. Why? Lack of confidence. How many of you out there have been having a notion to do something with your life? Make a change, take a leap, try something different. And you know it's there, but you don't do it. Why don't you do it? Would you do it if you knew that if you made that move you wouldn't fail? Would you then do it? In my years working with people, I've seen that confidence is really the deciding factor between mediocrity, between failure, mediocrity, and greatness. What level you were on, all generally went back to your confidence. School teachers do shut down confidence. That's part of their job. That's why they put all of those white and other teachers in the hood. To shut down confidence. And Richard protected his girls. He made sure confidence was at the front and center of who they were. Another thing I like what Richard did, he made sure that the girls, what's up, Bug Shelton? He made sure that the girls were well-rounded. It wasn't just about tennis. It was about school and education. The only edit I would, and this isn't a criticism of him because, hey, back in the 80s and 90s, it was different. We know that, it was a different awareness, different consciousness back then. But now we see where they're making mistakes. We see where we need to refine our process a little bit. When it comes to education, that can't be totally dependent upon school. You got to educate your black children in the ways of their civilizations and culture yourself. Which pretty soon I will be coming up with an education course to help parents and help children with the knowledge of self, but that announcement's coming later. I usually send people places to go to get that done, but I'm like, let me just go ahead and create it myself. But he showed that they would sometimes take days off from tennis to go to Disney World to have family time. He instilled in his children the importance of family. And you see it play out. When they did this movie could have easily been about them. And I know how Hollywood works. I know Venus and Serena both, when they were presenting the people who fund these films, because the biggest thing isn't on the creative side of it. The hardest hurdle to jump when it comes to a film isn't creative. It's always funding and distribution. The people who fund movies, the people who distribute movies, they're the ones who have the greatest control over the content of the movies and the direction the movies go. So I know when Venus and Serena approached funding and distribution, they were met with stern resistance. They were met with a whole lot of, don't you want to make it about yourself? You know, we know your dad is great, but, you know, you two were the ones that made it happen. It wasn't really your father. Are you sure you want to make this movie about your father and not you? That's what they faced. Getting this filmed, pushed. And in spite of the naysayers, they got it pushed through anyway. This shows the humbleness of Serena. Serena is the greatest tennis player of all time. She knows it. Venus knows it. We all know it. But Serena, being the greatest tennis player of all time, willingly made herself number 3 in this film. Number 4, actually. This film was more about her father, Venus, and her mom than it was her. That shows you the family values that he instilled with them took root and worked. I remember when Venus, like in the early 2000s, because I love tennis, especially Wimbledon. I don't really like the French Open, because French Open, on that clay court, all that slipping and sliding, that shit make my groin hurt. Well, I cannot watch the French Open. Got the Australian Open coming up in January. But I will watch Wimbledon every year. And also part of that is growing up, in the 90s, and Wimbledon was always on HBO in the middle of the day. This is back, see, y'all young niggas don't know this, but cable back in the day only had like 60 channels. And during the middle of the day, it wasn't shit on TV. Not a goddamn thing on TV back in the day. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, Pacific Standard Time. And Wimbledon would be one of the few things you could watch in the middle of the day, because it wasn't shit on cable. This before ESPN had First Take and all them shows. This back when ESPN used to have tree chopping contests in the middle of the day and goddamn shuffleboard. So Wimbledon was something to watch midsummer. I got into it when Pete Sampras, that's why I love this movie so much. I remember when McEnroe was on his way out and Pete Sampras was that new guy. But the tennis industry was pushing Andre Agassi, because Andre Agassi had all that hair. He had that weave in his head. and that mullet. He would run around knocking the ball back and forth. Pete Sampras was just a simple white dude with these thick ass eyebrows thicker than thumbs. And Pete Sampras used to wear motherfuckers out with that serve. Then you had Monica Seles on the women's side, Steffi Graf. I grew up watching all of that. I just love sports. Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, Martina Hingis. I watched a lot of tennis back then. This was before Venus and Serena came on the map. So when they did come up on the map, it was like these two women, Venus first, Serena second. I remember hearing about Venus, but when you would hear Venus names, everybody would be like, but that Serena one though, she, whoo, you ain't, when Serena get up here, whoo. So that's what happened. In the early 2000s, Venus and Serena were going back and forth. Seemed like every goddamn major, it was them two in the finals. And I remember the news talking about, well, is it bad for tennis that two sisters are the only people that we see in the Grand Slams? The news used to get on them. Oh, Venus, and they don't play every tournament. Like the Indian Wells, they depend on people like Serena to play, and she doesn't want to play. Every move they made, the media ripped them to shreds. The media tried their best to split them two girls. Serena would cry after whooping her sister's ass in Wimbledon. And the media, during their prime, would do everything they could to discredit those two women being 1 and 2. I remember the media, man, if you listen to the media, you could not stand Richard Williams. Because they would just soundbite him. Richard Williams would say, wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. Then when they piss him off, ignorant shit, then the media would take that ignorant shit he said and play it over and over and over again. They attacked them. They had to deal with shit that two young women, two ladies should never have to deal with. And I told y'all know, I used to watch tennis all the goddamn time. I didn't know about the whole drug thing until I saw the movie with the other tennis girl. They kept that shit under wraps. They kept that under wraps. Martina Hingis, they really pushed her. They pushed her hard. They would give Martina Hingis they will rank them higher than Serena would be waxing the shit out of Martina Hingis. But Martina Hingis would get the higher ranking, and they'll be like, well, that's because Martina Hingis played in more tournaments than Serena. But this tournament Serena played in, she won them hoes. Well, maybe she just played more tennis. I remember when they were pushing, what was that other girl? What was that white girl name? What was her name? Anna Kournikova. Her. Anna Kournikova was this white girl back in the 90s that, oh man, the white men loved her. In the late 90s, early 2000s, Anna Kournikova was basically a Russian model playing tennis. Anna Kournikova would get her ass waxed. But Anna Kournikova had all the commercials. So that was the environment that these girls and his family was raised in. Extreme pressure from everywhere. So if they go off and marry some white dudes, okay, I don't have anything to say over that. I didn't face the pressure that these girls faced, that this family faced. They were under extreme amounts of scrutiny. If Venus or Serena goddamn clipped they left toenail wrong, the media was there to criticize it. And when I say criticize, I mean 24 hours a day. They were ready to attack. Yeah, Maria Sharapova. I remember back in the old days of First Take, when back around the horn, Woody, what was it? Woody on Around the Horn. He always called her Sharapova. I'll be watching Around the Horn, PTI, and they would do their best to try to explain to us why Maria Sharapova was better than Serena. Then Serena get out there and wax her motherfucking ass. And that one time Sharapova won, oh my God, it was the biggest thing ever. You would think that for once, tennis Grand Slam was covered more than a Super Bowl the one time she beat Serena. And Serena spent the rest of her career waxing the tennis court with Maria Sharapova's ass. We don't know what those women faced. And it's not as if they didn't try. Hell, how many niggas did Serena date? She dated Common. She was fucking with Reggie Bush out of for a while, wasn't she? She was fucking with Drake. And let me tell you something else, fellas. As much, when it comes to be as great as Venus was at what she did, to be as great as Serena is and was, that means tennis has to be number one. There's only one number one. And when you reach people that have that level of greatness in whatever field that is, whether they're an engineer, tennis star, music producer, goddamn, if they own a goddamn horticulture company and they the number one in their city at manicuring lawns around town, that trade is number one. That trade is number one. Always. So, just by mere numbers and life, it's gonna be hard for a woman like that to get married anyway. Because tennis is gonna be number one when you're Venus and Serena. Any man that gets with that has to fall in line with being number two. And ain't too many men gonna fall in line with that, especially black men. Let's just tell the truth. Ain't no real nigga about his shit gonna be falling in line behind a goddamn thing else. I'm number one. That's just how men think, especially black men. We alphas. We ain't gonna be number two to shit. So for you niggas in my chat room talking about who she should have married, go watch Ricky Lake. Nigga, don't bring that shit in here. I don't know who they should have married. I don't know the intricacies and nuances of their lives. But I do know this. I do know that tennis is number one. And I do know that people, whether you're male or female, you're attracted to whatever phenotype, whatever the look is you're around when you hit puberty. These are two girls who grew up in tennis camp. Through puberty, through high school. You saw how dad was protecting them from those tournaments. It's the reason why Richard had kept them out of those tournaments. All those tennis people get drugged and bummed out and defeated and deflated because of that bullshit ass environment that they in. It's only natural they're going to have attraction to people of all kinds of other races because of the environment that they were in at a very young, tender age. So I don't know who the hell they should have married. And I ain't spending 2 seconds thinking about it. Would I have liked to see Serena with a man? Shit. If I was to play matchmaker, Serena would have married goddamn LeBron James, and they would have pumped out. I'd have been like, all right, Serena, go ahead and retire and pump out about 11 kids. We'll have 2 football players, 2 basketball players, 2 tennis players, nigga, 3 boxers, and the ones that fail, they can all be agents. That's the hell. I'd be like, Venus, bring your tall ass over here, Venus. Shaq? Yeah, you. Yeah, Shaq. Oh, no, maybe too old. Shaq's too old. Venus? Come on over here, Venus. I got this young man I want to match with you over here. His name is Kevin Durant. Y'all both shaped alike. Y'all both long, lanky, and athletic, like a motherfucker. Why don't you two get your mating ritual on, have about 7 kids, and we can have, a whole crop. We can have our own basketball team. And the 2 that failed, they can be coaches. That's what I would have done if I had my druthers, but it ain't about me. It's about them women and their lives. They have to do what makes them happiest. And they're going to always... You right, Lady Hotep? It's not like they exclusively dated white dudes. You didn't see the Williams sisters going around every 2 weeks having a new white dude on their shoulder. They always had black men around them. But again, it's not about me. Hell yeah, that would be a great matchup. If Clarissa Shields and Mike Tyson had a baby, nigga, that baby would be born. That little boy would be a nigga. Instead of Deontay Wilder, nigga, a Deontay in controller, nigga. A controlled Deontay. Imagine Deontay Wilder with a Larry Holmes jab. Ali footwork. And Mike Tyson furiosity. Nigga, that's the baby Clarissa Shields and Mike Tyson would have. Nigga, that'd be a baby right there, boy. You don't see Serena or Venus coming out talking about, well, black folks just need to do better. If black folks just do better, we'd be fine. You'll never see them do that. And I'll tell you this, I'll trade those 2 marrying and getting with white men. They can have that. If you produce a film about a father as beautiful as King Richard was, King Richard was a beautiful film. King Richard was a beautiful film. It showed the power of family. The power of a father with a vision and a plan. It showed how Richard, even though he had the vision and the plan, still learned and evolved as a father. He went from when they were young children not listening, thinking he knew it all, to by the time Venus turned 14, allowing her to make the decisions and listening to her. That's something we can all take as men. Yeah, we may start off a certain way as men. Yeah, we may have a way of doing things as men. But we always got to keep an open ear to the women around us. Because it's not all us. The only way we can be at our greatest as men is when the women are filling up the other half of that hole. And their half is no less important than ours. both sides need to work together to create the highest good. That's what this film showed. It showed two black adults that put their personal differences, personal issues to the side for the betterment of their family. What does that mean? I saw this a lot. I see this a lot working with families. And if this is you out there, I want you guys to really listen if this is you. You don't have these disagreements in front of your kids. Don't be calling the person that you decide to have a baby with a big head heifer and all kind of bullshit ass stuff because you mad, performing in front of the kids, arguing. A child should never see a father berate their mother in front of them. A child should never see a mother berate the father, no matter how mad you are at them. Your issues are your issues. Children don't belong in the middle of adult issues. That's something else this movie highlighted. While people over here arguing over who they should have married, you need to take a look at who the fuck you had a kid with and ask yourself, are you doing these things that they highlighted in these films? You don't bring adult business to children. When adults argue, children go to the other room. When adults have issues, those issues stay between the adults. You don't give the babies your adult ass issues. Grow the fuck up, parents. That's so damaging to our babies out there. You know how many babies I had to grow up? I had to have work I worked with growing up, carrying the weight of the world on their chest, going into their math test in the 6th grade. Kids in the 4th grade, and a mama worried that mommy and daddy ain't getting along. Mommy, daddy ain't around. The mom telling the kids about them not having enough money and the bills, this. And I remember I had this one kid in particular. He was in the 8th grade, had finals, and he wasn't doing well. And I sat and talked to him, and the boy wasn't doing well because he was like, well, I don't know if my mommy's gonna be able to pay the rent, and her new boyfriend left with our groceries, and her new boyfriend said this about her. And I'm like, dude, why do you know this much information? And I went and talked to the mom, and I'm gonna find out the mom using her son as a therapist, telling the boy all of her issues. Now he in the 8th grade can't focus in class because he got adult worries on his mind. It says that, like, come on now. Too many of our babies are abused with adult problems. That has a mental toll on these children. Richard and his wife protected his babies from that. That's another lesson that we can get from this film. Don't put your adult issues on your children. Another thing we can get from this film is not selling out to the first bidder. Talk about sellout. How many goddamn athletes, entertainers sign the first offer given to them, and they sell their talents for pennies on the dollar, allowing these companies to make billions while they get shekels. This movie showed us you better know your worth. And this is for all of us. This is for you that are applying for a new job. Just because you apply for the new job and got the job, don't mean you got to take the initial offer. You better negotiate that salary. You better go on Glassdoor and see what the median pay is for that. And give yourself an increase over the median. Whatever the median is, I want a couple grand more than that. And sit on it. When I used to work jobs, I have never worked a job that I took what salary they offered me initially. Don't be afraid, black people. Negotiate. Know your worth. Whatever they're offering you, there's more in the pot. Better not settle. That's a lesson. If you offering me this now, how much am I really worth? You got to see, that's a good point, Benjamin. The mother never showed jealousy or tried to steal the spotlight. And you saw when Richard got out of hand, because as men, I'm a man, look. Our egos can get out of line, can get a little bit too inflated sometimes, brothers. We know this. Thinking that we did it all. Forgetting the fact that, yes, we did do a lot of the things on the surface level, but those things would not have been able to be accomplished without the support of that woman we had standing right there behind us. And you got to see where Richard had to be reminded of that. That's one thing I love about black women. And that's why a lot of these weak ass niggas they'll be scared to date black women. Because a black woman ain't gonna let you bullshit too long. That ain't happening. You get yourself a foundational black American woman, she'll let you go out there, she'll let you do what you do, but she ain't gonna let the shit go way far out there. Nope. At some point, she gonna bring you back down to earth. And you know what, fellas? That's a good thing. Because we are here on earth. The only way you can really be the best person you can be the creator, the best creator you can be, the best businessman you can be, is from a grounded point of view. You have to be grounded. You gotta stay grounded. And through being grounded, you make the best possible decisions. Because when you get too far elevated into the sky, that's when you start making mistakes. That's why I say, fellas, when you marry one, don't just marry one to marry one. Marry a smart one. Marry one that you trust her mind. Because you have to trust her and trust her mind. Let me give you, let's do some relationship talk, fellas, ladies. Men and women think different. Appreciate you, start putting my book up in the chat room. Yeah, go get my book. I talk about this. Men and women think on different levels. we see things from different points of view. And let me tell you something, that's a good thing. Sometimes women can get out of line. Women be thinking, we just know it all. Men don't know nothing. No, ladies, men just see it different. It's upon men and women to communicate what they're seeing from different points of view and draw together a conclusion. Works no differently in sports. In sports, you have a coach and you got assistant coaches. And a good coach is always communicating with his assistant coaches what he sees. What I see is we're not winning because I'm trying to get the ball penetrated through the lane and I can't get through the lane. So I got to find a new game plan to get the ball through the lane. Then he goes to his assistant coach and the assistant coach says, hey, you can't get the ball in the lane because player number 45 over there isn't making the shots. And that's what's allowing his defender to sag in out the lane. So maybe we should sub out 45 and put in number 34. 34 is going to hit them shots and then we can keep the lane open. And then you make adjustments and you moan. No different in sports, fellas. When you playing basketball, you running point, your homeboy running the forward. At some point in that game, especially if you're playing against a good team, y'all niggas are going to argue. I play basketball, nigga. Don't let this weight fool you. I know how this game work. Let's talk sports, fellas. Your best friend, your best teammates, at some point, y'all gonna fight it out. Knock down, drag out arguments if it don't go further. And then you find what the mistakes are and you correct them. No different in a relationship. Women my wife be saying some shit sometimes. I be like, what the fuck is you thinking? At first, I'll be thinking this one way. Then my wife would come in and say some shit. I'll be like, huh? What the fuck is this woman talking about? Then I'll sit there and think about it. Then be like, huh? Okay, I didn't see it that way. Well, shit, the way I've been doing this shit is not working. Let me go ahead and try it. And her suggestions, sometimes they don't always work. They work a lot of the time, most of the time, but even the times they don't work, through trying it her way, I now can see a way to synthesize my approach with her approach. And the approach I need to take is somewhere in the middle. But I never would have got that somewhere in the middle had I not listened to her first. That's how a successful relationship works. And we got to see Richard in this movie realize that. And when it got to the most critical point in his daughter's life, time for her to play her first first pro match, he learned at the right moment. He wasn't getting it. It took him 14 years to see it. Hell, probably longer than that, just dealing with Venus and Serena. It took him 14 years to get there. But guess what? He got there. And that's a lesson for all of us. Be open to the other point of view if you want your relationships to work. Don't have no fucking knockdown, drag out argument in front of the babies. This film was it wasn't just a feel-good story. Yes, it definitely felt great. But it wasn't just a feel-good story. It was a feel-good story full of substance. You can learn from the highs and the lows of this film. I encourage everybody to watch it and watch it with their family. Now I'm about to get into part 2 of today's broadcast. I'm going to say a little bit of something. Well, no, Let me know what y'all want to do. Chat room. I was gonna. Do you want me? I was gonna make this a 2-part. Keep this about the film. Should I make this whole broadcast about the film and take calls about the film? Press number 1 if you want me to do that. Or do you want me to go to part number 2? Janet versus Beyonce. I kind of want to make Janet versus Beyonce his own broadcast. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make that his own broadcast. I think I'll make that his own broadcast. Now I think I'm gonna keep it here for this. I'm gonna sit back and see what y'all. I'm gonna do a 30-second break. 1, if you want me to keep it here and take some calls. 2, if you want me to break it off into Janet versus Beyonce. 1 and 2. I'm gonna shut up for about 30 seconds and I'm gonna look at y'all responses. I'm gonna turn the music up for 30 seconds, put the numbers in there, I'm gonna tally it up, and I'll be right back in 30 seconds. I'm getting a bunch of 2s. I'm getting a bunch of 2s. So I'm gonna go 2. I'm gonna go that way. And then I'll still take some calls afterward. Okay, y'all wanna talk about Janet? Alright, yeah, this is okay, I'm gonna go into it. Because I wanna give flowers to Janet Jackson while she's here. In my opinion, I think Janet Jackson is the greatest female entertainer alive right now. Who do y'all, before I go there, I want to know what y'all think. Janet or Beyonce? Hit number 1 for Janet, number 2 for Beyonce. Real quick. We having fun today on a Sunday morning. We having fun today. We having fun today, motherfucker. Fun today, motherfucker. Who y'all got? Janet or Beyonce? Number 1 for Janet. Number 2 for Beyonce being the greatest entertainer that's alive. Female entertainer, I should say. Star put 3 ones. Star said, make no mistake about it. You may have misread 1. You may have misread 2 ones. I'm put 3 ones in this motherfucker to make sure. I'm damn, Star. Yeah. Okay. I see a bunch of 1s. Because I heard I was listening to some people talking. Some people trying to tell me that Beyonce is the greatest entertainer that we've ever had. Female. And I was like, hold on. I get the Beyonce love. I get it. But we can't forget Janet. Oh, but Beyonce is so goddamn fine in this picture. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Somebody said Beyonce did more for black people. When? Where? Who? Why? How? Huh? Beyonce did more for black people? Or did she do what Jay-Z always does? Makes a very popular move and say it's for black people when it's really about themselves. That's another topic. You know, another thing, first of all, when we talk about this kind of stuff, when we talk about music, let me set the rules. Let me set the rules for when I have these style discussions on music. 2 things you don't ever talk about is the money, or you can talk about it, but you got to talk about it in perspective. Money and charts. Number 3, awards. The money is subjective. We don't know the real numbers because music industry money is a shell game. You never know what these people have. They play that shit's a game in front of you. I'm telling y'all right now. Take it from me, a nigga with experience. You don't know what you're talking about when it comes to an artist and how much money that they have. And I can guarantee you, if you're reading from Forbes, you triple don't know what you're talking about. Because them Forbes rankings those Forbes placings are paid positions. People with real wealth pay to keep their name out of Forbes. People that want to sell you an image pay to put their name in Forbes. That's how Forbes works. So you can't use that as a metric. Number ones and awards, that comes down to whose ass you kissing and who's backing you. If you have the label that's paying the payola to keep you at number 1, you'll be number 1. You ever ask yourself, how is Cardi B number 1, but how has she been the most famous entertainer over the last 3 years, but nobody can say anything about her albums? You may know one hook from a song you heard on a commercial, but people can't name 3 Cardi B songs, yet she's been number 1 for the last 3 years. How that happened? Ask yourself. And when it comes to Grammys, those people don't even listen to the music that they're voting on. The people that vote for the Academy, they'll hear a name on a TV commercial and say, yeah, that person right there. Let me put their name down. They're not actually listening to the music. All that shit is pay to play. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Weirdo bullshit that goes on behind scenes. You can't use those things as metrics. So you can't use those things as metrics. But I'll tell you this. Beyonce does have a more rabid fan base. That Beehive, them motherfuckers is serious when it comes to defending Beyonce. Beyonce's fan base is loyal to a fault. Shit, a Beehive member, she'll leave her baby in a car in the middle of a Florida July to get out and fight somebody who said Beyonce ain't Queen Bee. Them motherfuckers is crazy. So let's go side by side when we're talking Janet and Beyonce. I got love for both. But let's go into it. When it comes to songs, I got Janet. Funny how time flies when you're having fun. That's my shit. Don't know where it all went. That's my shit. Janet made songs that you don't have to be a hardcore lover fan base member to love and appreciate. Yes, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis is behind a lot of her biggest hits, but let me tell you something. The producer is always the primary credit for how well a song does. The difference between Janet and Beyonce is with Janet was honest. She made it very clear these are Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, yes. Beyonce, on the other hand, will put her name on a song that she didn't produce. She sang it, but she didn't write it. She didn't produce it. But she'll take that credit though. And this has happened multiple times. To the left. She tried to tell us that was her. And then Neo had to jump in and say, wait a minute, bitch. That's my song. Thank you for making it a hit and all, yeah, but no, I wrote this shit. Janet was honest. She's not going around making it seem like it's one thing when it's really not. That's why Beyonce fans run around talking about, no, Bey is that main bitch. She did this. She did that. No, she didn't. She took credit and then got sued to high heavens. And then she settled. And then the people that sued her, she had them sign the non-disclosure agreement before the settlement. Janet don't do that. Janet was a legit superstar at the time of superstars. There was no bigger time to be a superstar in history than the 1980s into the 90s. Before the internet, you can really get into people's, before the internet came around, for you to be talked about, you had to really drum up interest. See, Janet came up at the time that the music industry was pushing Madonna. The music industry was pushing Whitney Houston. They were pushing Paula Abdul. And we know Michael Jackson was just on top of everything. Prince was around. Janet Jackson was selling out football stadiums during that time. Before you could put up a Facebook post to let people know you coming to their city. See, what's happened in music is over the last 30 years, we've seen a constant devolution of hip hop. They have, in hip hop, they defunded hip hop. Hip hop has been defunded. Not hip hop, R&B, not hip hop, R&B. R&B is the most expensive. R&B is the most expensive form of music to produce. It requires the biggest budgets because of the arrangement, the cost of the arrangements, horns, strings, rhythm section. And on top of that, let's just tell the truth. They want R&B to be white, so the black R&B artists don't get the push anymore. Sam Smith, Adele. The white folks get the push now, not the black ones. that's an area that Beyonce benefited from. She came to stardom at a time. That the industry stopped putting money behind R&B. So there wasn't much R&B act to compete with. Erykah Badu and Jill Scott were around, but neither of them got industry mainstream push. Their followings grew organically, and they're still around organically. So Beyonce got to grow up in music at a time to where there was no competition. She really was the queen bee of her generation. The only person that they pushed more than then when they started to push people, they started pushing Rihanna. Man, Rihanna ain't shit. Rihanna is the most talentless hack to ever perform R&B music. Rihanna ain't even got Madonna's talent. Let's just tell the fucking truth. Rihanna ain't even got what Madonna got. Yeah, hit that like button, y'all. Please hit that like button. Rihanna ain't even got what goddamn Madonna had. Rihanna ain't as talented as Paula Abdul. Under my umbrella, Ella, eh. She over here singing her vowels, and they turned that shit into a hit. Ella, A-E-I-U, and she didn't even hit them notes right. That's Beyonce's mainstream competition? Beyonce gonna wax that all day, because I ain't saying Beyonce ain't got talent. She definitely got talent. But Janet Jackson came up at a time you had real singing. You had Anita Baker, Stephanie Mills, SWV, In Vogue, Prince on the male side of the game, Michael Jackson. They're all competing for the same fans. What male on the R&B side got the push that Beyonce got? Beyonce didn't even have male competition. Not really. Usher? But Usher's so effeminate. I don't like it. That's not good music. That's not good music. Another thing that made Janet Jackson so great, she went to the top with her music while dressed like a goddamn security guard. Look at this Rhythm Nation video. Man, she looked like a Canadian Mountie the way she dressed. You know you dope when you can sell records fully covered like that. You know you dope when you can sell records this covered. And you saw in the Rhythm Nation video, one thing I liked about Janet always put herself in the mix with her background. Then people be like, oh, Beyonce, she did it for black people. Remember Beyonce's Super Bowl performance? Well, let's go back to that Super Bowl performance. Look, I can see through bullshit. Why is all your girls dressed in berets and militant wigs and you got a goddamn blonde weave on? Beyonce is telling y'all her followers, yeah, that's probably a cool thing, but I'm different. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the pro-black thing, but I'm gonna separate myself and make myself an other. And on top of that, she came dressed like Michael Jackson. How you gonna call yourself original? How you gonna say you better than Janet Jackson, than Michael Jackson's sister, when you come dressed like Michael Jackson? B, if you down for the cause, you'd have an afro too. You didn't see Janet Jackson dressed like a security guard. You didn't see her whole crew dressed like security guards when and then Janet Jackson come flying, jumping in with a blonde weave and a white dress. Nah, she was dressed like the Rhythm Nation. Shit. She didn't separate herself from her crew. We got to give Janet Jackson the love that she deserves. One reason why I'm always so critical of Beyonce and Jay-Z is because, let me tell you why. The lame brain out there be like, oh, he's just hating. Ooh. But those are people who don't really have original thoughts for themselves, so they don't understand people who have original thoughts. Me personally, my point of view, my preference is I've always preferred originators over copiers. I've always favored the innovative over the ones who imitate. The ones who came first. Janet Jackson's choreography was original. Her music was original. Her style was original. Beyonce, okay. She takes other people's music. I have an issue with artists who take other people's shit. I just do. You can never be on top and you take other people's shit. No. That ain't right. And whether you're a white person or a black person, if you're the kind of person that take other people's shit, I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with white music because it's just a dumbed down, stolen version of black people's shit. I don't take artists who steal and create it and act as if it's their own. I don't mess with that. So many artists have had to sue Beyonce for taking their shit, whether it be choreography, credit on an album, taking dance moves. Just like Jay-Z. No different than Jay-Z. Oh my God. If you know anything, about anything other than hip hop, you know how much music, how many lines Jay-Z takes. This is all public information. This ain't nothing new. I'm not gonna play other YouTube videos because I don't want them demonetizing my shit. But you can look up on YouTube and play the side by sides of both Jay-Z and Beyonce coming up on other people. I don't like that. You don't get to come up on other people and then be known as the greatest because you're doing your version of their shit. Nope. You don't get to be number one. And on top of that, let's go all the way there. Beyonce remakes suck. Her with Destiny's Child, they fucked up emotion. How did the Bee Gees, 3 white boys, and Sarah Sang, a white woman, how did they sing an R&B smooth song smoother than Beyonce and Destiny's Child? She fucked up that song. And she really fucked up before I let go. Beyonce, why did you even try before I let go? I know Frankie Beverly is happy, and I'm glad, of course he's going to say that because he made a fuck ton of money off your remake of it. I'm sure Frankie Beverly and Maze managed themselves. They got a lot of money. So of course they going to endorse it. But Beyonce, she fucked up Before I Let Go. Go listen to the two songs together. Before I Let Go the original one for Frankie Beverly and Maze has a spirit to it. It has a love to it. Has an essence to it. This back before Frankie Beverly's voice got all fucked up. He could actually deliver his songs with power. When you get to the end part, when he goes to that high part, before I let you go, man, nigga, shit, that feels good. Look, nigga. You ever been to Essence Fest with Frankie Beverly and Maze on stage? Oh my God, that was some of I missed them days when Frankie Beverly and Maze used to headline Essence Fest. I used to go every year. And you see the whole goddamn Superdome doing electric slide in 12 different directions. Then here come Beyonce. They put like a marching band sound to it. And she just zapped all of the soul out the song. Like, Beyonce, how are you black and singing with no soul? Like, there was some soul, but it didn't have the grease that Frankie had on it. That song is greasy. Yeah, it sounds good and refined on top, but that shit is greasy soul. Beyonce sounded like she was humming through that whole performance. That shit is terrible. And then when she sang Emotion, what you couldn't outsing the white lady? I mean, you couldn't outsmooth I get all these Beehive fans telling me how great of a singer, how much Beyonce's a greater singer than Janet. And yes, she does have stronger vocals than Janet. But yeah, I'm also smaller than the biggest obese nigga. That don't mean I'm small. I'm just smaller than that obese nigga over there. Shit. Well, comparing it to what? Because if you put Beyonce's voice up there next to singers, Beyonce is a third-tier singer. Janet may be a fourth-tier singer. But when it comes to singing, Beyonce she can't compare to no Shaka Khan. What? So if we want to go singing, look, we can go there. She can't compare to no Anita Baker vocally. She can't compare to Stephanie Mills. The fuck? Beyonce has a nice limited range vocal scale. She ain't got the smoothness of Patti LaBelle. She don't have Mary J. Blige's soul. She's a very vocalist in Mary J. Blige, but she ain't got that soul that Mary J. Blige got. Hell, she ain't got Janet's soul. That's why she did a terrible job remaking Emotion by the Bee Gees. And totally trashed Before I Let You Go. Tina Marie was singing Beyonce Under the Floor. I said it. Yep, the white girl. Tina Marie was singing Beyonce Through the Grave. You think Beyonce could pull off Portuguese Love with that Paul Reiser arrangement? Stone City Band? Me say morning and morning, the things say baby, I Portuguese say love. No. Beyonce will fuck that song up too. The only people who will listen to a Beyonce version of Portuguese Love is Beyonce fans. Anyone who loves music will be like, So if you're a Beyonce fan, I'm not saying you shouldn't be. Be a Beyonce fan. But I know I may be speaking onto a brick wall when I say this, but have an open mind. Beyonce's really good. She is. But she came up at a time music sucks. R&B especially. And the really good R&B never got radio play. Or didn't get a major push from the record industry. And the stuff that did get a push from the record industry was fucking Rihanna. Imitation R&B. That non-foundational bullshit R&B. That's the difference. Give Janet Jackson her love and her flowers while she's still alive, while she's still here. That's the queen of female entertainers over the last 40 years. And remember this, Beyonce never fell off. Beyonce was taken off. When Justin Timberlake pulled her titty out, that she was set up. That was a setup. She didn't pull her own titty out. Justin Timberlake did. But she caught the brunt of it. Janet Jackson was selling out stadiums. See, people want to bring up a comparison of Michael Jackson and Beyonce now. But when Janet was touring at the same time Michael Jackson was touring, and people were making those comparisons back then. And let me tell you something else. Being Michael Jackson's sister did not help Janet. No, it did not. Because if being Michael Jackson's sister was a boost, Rebe and LaToya would be relevant. Rebe had a dope little song with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis back in the 80s. What's the name of that song? What was that song Rebe had? Was it I'm looking for, was it that? Oh no, Centipede. It was Centipede. Man, Centipede was the shit back in the day. Niggas was on Centipede. Rebe had a shot. Didn't last. LaToya had a shot. Didn't last. Jermaine Jackson had a shot. And Jermaine Jackson actually had a little bit of a run. But and I thought Jermaine Jackson on his own, his stuff, his music stood on its own. But being under the pressure of being Michael Jackson's sibling, that just crushed everybody. Janet Jackson not only withstood that pressure, she created a name for herself, separate from Michael. She didn't need Michael Eric Dyson to bring his confused ass around 20 years after Michael Jackson was dead to be like, well, I think Beyonce's. No. Janet got that love in real time. So shouts out to Janet Jackson, the queen of entertainment on the female side of the game over the last 30 plus 40 years. I'm gonna take a few of y'all calls, see what y'all think. If you want to call in, I'm gonna take a few of y'all calls. What's the phone number here? Here it is. 323-744-7425. 323-744-7425. Talk right now. Whether you want to talk about Beyonce and Janet or King Richard, I want to hear what's on y'all minds. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Jermaine Jackson's hair. You're supposed to say he put that tar on the side of his edges. Yeah, Jermaine Jackson's edges. I think Jermaine Jackson's edges is what took him out of the music game. Can't nobody hear nobody sing that's that goddamn greasy. Jermaine Jackson be greasy just standing there. Can you imagine how greasy he gonna get singing? Let's get serious. Doom, doom. Let's get serious. Thank you for the Cash App, Star. Much love, much appreciated. Let's get serious. Doom, doom. Let's get serious. Nigga got activator juice streaming all down into his eyeballs. Over here singing Don't Take It Personal and can't even see the crowd because he got Jerry Curl activator juice streaming into his eyebrows. And we in 2021. I don't know. I think that nigga Jermaine Jackson, I don't know what the fuck happened to him. I think he told his barber, hey, can you put a hat on my head, please? And make the hat look like it just came out the rain. Yeah. Make it real wet. That's not hair. That's a hat on his head. That Jermaine Jackson, boy. I'm only going to leave the phone line open for one more minute. If don't nobody call in, I'm hanging this shit up. And getting the fuck on out of here. Because I do thank y'all for coming. And go to hotepish.com/shop. I redesigned the merchandise store. Free shipping on all orders over $50. Free shipping on all orders over $50. I got the Rebels with the Calls shirt now in the hoodie. I know I had people asking me for that. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Cheryl Massey from Ohio. So you think Beyonce copied from Janet's Rhythm Nation to make her Black Panther video?
I'm not going to say she directly did it, but there were a lot of similarities. There's so many other things that she's taken from throughout her career. You can look it up on YouTube side by side. You know, I don't want to play the videos myself because I don't want no copyright strikes. But they're out there, and they've been out there for 10 plus years now.
Okay. I also wanted to ask you, were you able to set up anything with Brenda Holloway concerning your Motown?
I'm still chasing her down. I'm still chasing her down. Miss Holloway, her husband recently passed away. So yeah, I'm real sensitive about how many times I call her. Exactly. Every time we talk, she's very nice.
I got it.
Yeah, she's very nice and she's very understanding, but I'm being sensitive because she's in a sensitive time for herself, you know?
Sure. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me a call.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Yeah, the reparations now is now in a hoodie with the money bag. We making it very clear. We want that cash. What color do you want it in? Do you want it in light blue, black, dark blue, maroon? red, gray, green, money green, or gray? You decide. I got some new t-shirts coming up pretty soon too. What's up, Hostile Takeover in the chat room, my man Aaron. I've been knowing this nigga Aaron for over 5 years. I still can't pronounce that nigga last name. Brogan or some shit. Yeah, I'm with you, Lori Brown. Look, I'm not against anybody, but I have an issue with people who copy and steal like that. I just do. I prefer originality. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Dwan B, what's going down, family? It's good. What's your son?
What's up? What's on your mind?
Not much, man. I'm just listening to everything you chopping it up about on the show and everything between Janet and Beyonce, man. And honestly, for real, you know, outside of the strong vocals, it's really no comparison between the two, man. Janet come from an era, and I put this in the comments too. Janet come from an era where the recording process was way more organic. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people, you know, that's in the comments just going hard on Beyonce. I don't think they ever been in a recording studio. You know what I'm saying? Or understand like the process of how it was to make a record back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The sound was more warm. You know what I mean? My ear is a little different. I own a recording studio, and I kind of been around in music for a minute. You know what I mean? So like, you know, they was actually bringing real keyboards in there, real guitars, real drums.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was learning game from Quincy Jones.
Yep. Jimmy Jam and
you know,
Terry.
So Jimmy Jam. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even got artist development no more in the record industry no more. You just got people just coming. You know what I mean? It's mad weird. You know what I'm saying? Like she actually been to like the ringer where you had to actually get developed, you know, into your art form and then, you know, release music.
Very true. That's a very good point, man. Thank you for making that point as a recording expert.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll chop it up with you later, Dwan.
Man, you have a good day today.
You too, bro.
All right, caller from 346. Call back. You've been calling. They hung up. They hung up on you twice. 346. Call back. I'll answer it. Here you go. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on, bro? It's Reginald calling from Houston.
Reginald from Houston. What's on your mind?
Yes. Oh, man, I was kind of listening to your show about these different entertainers. Now, I'm kind of used to of an entertainer like starting from scratch and working their way up instead of being placed in. And when I, you know, because I liked it when he was with Destiny Child. It's like when she broke up the group, there was a lot of undercutting going on. And so, you know, I just never really just gravitated toward Beyonce like everyone else did. Everybody tell me how fine she is. I mean, she all right. But I just don't see, like, talent-wise, because, like, you got, like, the Jacksons, they keep putting hits out.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, like you said, what has Beyonce done, you know, here recently? Nothing, but everybody's keep on, like you said, that Beehive fan club is a mess, man. I had some women almost want to attack me behind saying something about Beyonce, so I can dig it. But people, when you ask them about her, I mean, they just really have nothing relevant to say about actually what she's doing talent-wise. I mean, everybody knows talking about how fine she is. I mean, I can see that. But so for like originality, she doesn't have it.
And you down in Houston, so you get the Beehive strong down there, I bet.
Oh, man, these girls are calling themselves Beyonce and look like a scarecrow. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy out here, man. I'm telling you, man. And like they got this, they own a lot of property. Family owns a lot of property in downtown Houston.
Okay.
So her family's prominent. So that's how she got her way in. They pay her way in.
Uh-huh.
Like you said, if you pay the radio station enough, they'll play your songs.
That's very true. Very true, man. Thanks for giving me a call.
So I love your show, man, and keep up the good work, my brother, and see you when times get better.
I appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
All right, Doc.
All right. Also, I have to announce. I keep forgetting to announce. Craig Fax and the crew, we're going to be live in Austin, Texas, December 10th and 11th. at the Vulcan Comedy Club. Get your tickets now. We having 2 shows each day. One at 9. Wait. Before I get to saying the wrong shit, let me pull this goddamn flyer up if I can find it. Well, you can go to the Vulcan Comedy Club website. It's on there. Okay, yeah, let me see if I can airdrop this to myself so I can show y'all on the computer. Here we go. Let me go ahead and put this up. The crew, we're going to be live in San Antonio, December 10th and 11th. The Vulcan Gas Company. First show at 7, second show at 10. Me, Craig, Big Ja, Barry Brewer, Katt Went. If you down in Texas, if you in Austin, if you in San Antonio ain't that far away. Houston ain't that far away. Pull up. We're going to do episodes of Cred Facts Live mixed in with some stand-up comedy. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Big T, and I'm calling from Watts, man.
Big T from
How
Watts.
you doing, bro?
What's on your mind, brother?
Yeah. Oh, man, I love your show, man. I love the way you unapologetically black. I like the way you broke down that King Richard movie and stuff, the way he never bowed down to the folks, and he always put his opinion out there and
That's
stuff,
right.
and he wouldn't let them take it. He wouldn't let them take him to the other side and stuff. He always stuck to his guns. He protected his girls from the media and all them other folks and stuff, and he never deviated from his goal.
You know what's dope about what you just about what you said right there? See, with
What's
King
that?
Richard, that man, he got to show you what standing on your square and being a man at all times gets you. He ended up getting paid more money than if he took the first little deal. And because he was the man he's going to die with his head up. And he's going to die with respect. Once your daughters make a movie like that about you, can't nothing nobody else do ever come close. Now, whatever issues people have in the future with him, they gonna sound stupid. If the daughters made this movie, but you only get that when you live a life of self-respect, dignity, and love, and self-love and appreciation for your people first.
Exactly, and you know what? I felt some kind of way about them marrying white folks at the beginning, but then when you broke down that basic about how you pretty well gravitate towards who you're around when you hit puberty, I said that makes a whole lot of sense and stuff, and you're probably right about that.
Yeah, look it up. It's super true. Yeah. It's like look at the women. The women you attracted to be the women you went to high school with through the rest of your life.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you can't explain it. You just like them.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense, man. Because I said I had to go back and give a whole lot of people breaks on what they did back then and stuff. But the ones I don't like is the one that tell you I don't fuck with black men.
Yeah.
Or I don't fuck with black women. I can't stand that kind of person.
Them niggas are the problem. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem right there.
Those ones that marry white because they hate black. No, you just hate your mama. Because your mama wasn't shit. That's all that is.
Yeah, that's the problem right there. Yeah, that's probably the thing is your mama wasn't shit and your family wasn't shit.
Exactly. Man, thanks for calling, brother.
Okay, have a good one.
You too. Yeah, that's true. I don't get into all that. Now, if they go around talking about something, I don't date black women because black women this, black women that. Now we know we're dealing with a hurt Negro. But if they marry white and they're not fucking with us and getting in our way in any kind of way, what's the problem? Because just because a person marries black don't mean that they all the way straight with it. Larry Elder has a black wife, people. Larry Elder married black. Now you got double coons that raise coon kids. Hell, I goddamn almost rather you marry goddamn white than have a double coon household. Larry Elder should have went ahead and got with a white woman. That way his kids wouldn't be confused at least. He said, well, at least mommy's white. Got these two black people raising little miniature coons. But you are attracted to the women or men, depending on what sex you are, that are around when you hit puberty, middle school, high school. Really middle school. I went to an all-black middle school. Actually, middle school was my first time ever running across white women and white people, because it was like, my middle school was like 10% white. All the white kids, they put up in AP classes. They didn't let the white kids have regular classes with the black folks. But I look at the women that I'm attracted to now. They all look like the girls that were around in middle school. Attraction is a funny thing. And they know this. The people that write these magazines and write these articles, they understand this science. They just don't share it with us. That's how they perpetuate the confusion. I'm not even going to get into who should have played Richard Williams. Will Smith acted his ass off. Look, Venus and Serena executive produced the film. They wanted Will Smith to play their dad. When you do that kind of a film, about your father that was that emotionally rich, and you're the ones who made the call, it'd be different if we're dealing with someone who's dead and this is a period piece from 100 years ago, and now you got some non-FBA casting director bringing in all these light-skinned people. That's different. But that's who the daughters chose. That's who they chose. I ain't got nothing to say. And right after the damn film, they showed you pictures of Richard Williams. So it's not like it's one of those things where they try to sneak in a light-skinned person and you forever walk away from the movie thinking that's how the person looked. As soon as the damn movie's over, they show you Richard Williams. They show you exactly who he is and how he looked. Literally right as the film goes to credits. We all know Richard Williams looked like Evander Holyfield. We all know that brother looked like Holyfield. Hell, Richard Williams kind of looked like George Washington Carver, don't he? One thing we got to get past as a people is symbolism and symbolic stuff. We have to focus on the substance of things, not the symbol of things. The substance. What substance did you get? That's what matters. Now, all movies, all projects don't have substance. And so if it doesn't have substance, then yes, let's tear it down from all superficial angles. There are a lot of superficial things out in this world that don't have substance. So yeah, criticize that shit from a superficial place because it's superficial. But with this movie, we're dealing with substance. There is so much substance to mine from this movie. By the time you get to who played Richard Williams, to all this other stuff, that's way down the line. To who Serena and Venus married. If you stuck on the color of Richard and who Venus and Serena married, all I'm going to say is this. You're wasting a lot of mental equity on what? okay, once you get someone else, okay, let's say Samuel L. Jackson played Richard Williams, fine. Let's say Serena and Venus married Umar Johnson and goddamn Sonetta. Let's say Serena married Sonetta and Venus married Umar Johnson and Richard Williams was played by Samuel L. Jackson. Okay, now what? Does that change the lessons in the story being told? Does it alter the substance offered in this film in any way, shape, or form? Or does that just make your ego feel good? Let's tell the truth. Samuel L. Jackson plays Richard. Venus Williams in real life marries Umar Johnson. Serena Williams in real life marries our brother Sonetta from Sonetta TV. Okay, those things happen. How does that change the film? Thank you. It doesn't. The film is a piece of art that stands on its own, regardless of whatever your preferences and personality may be. That's why I say we focus on the substance, not the superficial. Black people, we need to learn that from that. The reason why we get fooled time and time again is because we be looking at a whole bunch of superficial nonsense, man. Now, the superficial does play a role. I'm not saying it doesn't play a role. The look, the imagery, yes, it does play a role. But in every situation that you're in, you have to ask yourself, what role does it play? What role does it really play? Can we answer that with a clear answer? And the answer is no. So instead of coming around with your personal judgments about what you think somebody should have did, mine the substance out of the film. This film can help you grow as a person. If you're a parent, as a father, as a mother, this film will help you grow as a brother or a sister. You see the sisterhood between them. You see how Serena, being the greatest tennis player of all time, still allowed the story to be told, and for Venus to be put out there, and for Venus' story to be told more than hers. That's a lesson in that. Sticking close to your family, it's a lesson in that. That part where he was there to defend, he was getting ready to take penitentiary chances to take out the person that said that they were going to possibly rape his daughter. You saw that part in the film. You saw how he was in the hood in Compton, getting beat up by them niggas, how that didn't stop him from going back to that tennis court the next day. You saw how many no's Richard Williams got when he was out there trying to shop his daughter's talent to all those white folks. You see how he did not take no for an answer. And he kept going, and he kept going, and he kept going. And when he got there, he didn't say, oh, this country club is fine. Let me get all your butter biscuits and say yeah to everything. Let me open my asshole. Like a lot of niggas do once they finally get accepted by white folks. I've seen this shit with my own eyes. You finally get to some exclusive shit, get inside the country club. Now niggas want to go around thinking that they equal and spreading their butt cheeks wide open for the first white man that'll come up inside their rectum. Richard Williams showed in that film, you ain't got to do that. Even once you're accepted in, you still act and behave as a man with dignity and integrity. It's way too much to talk about in this film to talk about who should have played the role. You focusing on the wrong stuff, folks. If you focusing on that, people, come on, man. Come on, we smarter than that as a group. We smarter than that, man. We smarter than that. This movie showed what true grit is. And Serena showed she has true grit through her tennis play. 23 grand slams. That's grit like a motherfucker. Venus winning Wimbledon, what, 5 times? 5 times? Don't quote me on that. I don't have the numbers up in front of me. Too much to learn from this film to get caught up and hung up on personal details and nuances that, look, that's why I end all of my broadcasts with there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages. No messenger is going to be flawless. No messenger is going to be perfect. No movie is going to have everything you want in it. No movie is going to be cast perfectly. Nothing's going to have every single nuance detail the way you want it. But does that stop you from getting the message? Did you get the message? That's all that matters. Thank y'all for listening to this intelligent-ish talk, intelligent shit talk. Get your t-shirts now and know that Craig Facts, Texas, Austin, Texas, we will be there live talking that shit. December 10th and 11th. 2 shows each day. Tickets are already selling and they're selling fast. So get yours now, please. Go to the Vulcan website. Because those tickets are already selling, folks. Tickets are already selling. Kurt going, how you going to call Serena a bed wench? What did she do? Bed wenches are people who sleep with those others and actively do things to undermine the progress of black society. You cannot call Serena a bed wench if you can't first tell me what has she done to undermine the greater good of black society. Let's not throw those terms out there loosely. The only way terms like bed wench and bed bug will maintain their impact is if we use those terms wisely and apply those terms to those terms apply to. What's up, Jayla in the chat room? Thank you for joining. Don't go around calling people bed wenches because they married somebody that don't look. She married that man. She ain't did nothing against the greater good of black society. As a matter of fact, she did a lot to push forward the greater good of black society with this film. Because all it takes is a little truth to wash out a bunch of bullshit. And it's a lot of bullshit being told about black people, the black family unit, the black man and the black woman and the black child in the media. But like dishwashing liquid, you just need a little bit of dishwashing liquid and a lot of water to clean all the dirty dishes. And this film did a lot to clean the dirty dishes that the movie industry is always putting out the propaganda about us. That's wrong and wrong-headed. So if you're going to call her a bed wench after this, you missed the point of what a bed wench really is. We can't be using that kind of language on everybody because they make 1 or 2 decisions we don't like. We use terms like bed wench and bed buck on people who've had a series of decisions that undermine the greater good of black society. A pattern of behavior. Serena has not developed a pattern of behavior that undermines us as a people. She just married somebody she's probably going to be divorced from in the next 5 to 10 years. Remember that. And I'm ending with this like I always end it. There are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those who are willing to pick up the game. My name is DwannB. We out.